Welcome everyone to a story that will make you rethink late night hoops. This is the tale of Carver Court, a rundown basketball court where something terrifying happened one foggy night. It's about Zoe, Lila, and a game they never should have played. Buckle up, this one's creepy. Let's dive in. It was 8:45 p.m. on a chilly October evening in 2024. Zoe Harper and Lila Nguyen, both 17, were at Carver Court, an old basketball court behind their high school. The asphalt was cracked, hoops rusted, but it was their spot. Best friends since 5th grade, they sneaked out to play one-on-one to escape stress. Tonight, fog smothered the court, muffling the ball's bounce. Zoe tossed a jump shot, the ball rattling the rim. Lila, you're off tonight. As the ball rolled into the grass, a faint thud echoed from the far end of the court. Like another ball hitting pavement, Zoe frowned. Zoe, hear that? Lila nodded. Scanning the fog, the court was empty. They grabbed their ball and played on, shrugging it off. By 8:50 p.m., the court's floodlight flickered, casting eerie shadows. Zoe dribbled, but the thud came again, louder, rhythmic thud, 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 like someone shooting baskets. Lila, we're alone, right? Zoe nodded, pulse racing. They crept toward the sign, flashlights slicing the fog. The far hoop was empty, but its net swayed, as if a ball had passed through. Zoe's phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Unknown. Keep playing. She showed Lila, whose face paled. Lila, block it. But Zoe's phone froze. The thudding stopped, replaced by a low hum, like a murmuring crowd. The girls backed away, gripping their ball. At 8:55 p.m., the hum grew louder, forming words. Shoot! Score! Zoe's hands trembled as she dribbled, feeling an urge to obey. Her shot sank perfectly, but the net didn't move. Zoe, stop! Another text appeared. Your turn, Lila. The fog pulsed, thudding now from all sides, like dozens of invisible players. We gotta go. The chain link gate wouldn't budge. Its lock jammed. The hum turned into a chant. Play, play. Zoe's phone showed a video call. Empty, but the camera revealed shadowy figures on the court behind them. Zoe dropped the phone, screaming. By 9 p.m., Zoe and Lila sprinted across the court, dodging unseen obstacles. The thudding was deafening, balls bouncing in the fog, never visible. The chant grew frantic. Score! Score! Zoe tripped, scraping her knee, spotting a deflated, dirt-covered ball rolling past. Lila pulled her up, reaching the gate. It opened, but the fog seemed to chase them. Cold and heavy, they stumbled into the parking lot, the sounds halting. Zoe's phone buzzed. One last text. Good game. The video call replayed, showing two girls playing, but their faces weren't Zoe's or Lila's. Police arrived by 9:15 p.m., finding no balls, no shadows, no texts on Zoe's phone. The gate was unlocked, the court silent. Locals whispered about Carver Court, built over an old gym where a team vanished in the 80s. Zoe and Lila never returned. Weeks later, kids heard basketballs at night, and one found a deflated ball in the grass, etched with play. Pause, music fades. What was on that court? Share your creepy stories in the comments and subscribe. Stay safe out there. If you've ever walked through Taipei at night, you know the city hums with life. Neon signs flickering, scooters buzzing, and night market vendors shouting over sizzling grills. But there are corners where the energy shifts, where the air feels too still, like the city's holding its breath. In Beitou, a district known for its hot springs and lush hills, there's a playground like that, tucked behind a row of faded apartment blocks. And the shuttered betel nut stand, it's a place kids avoid after dusk, not because of rules, but because of stories. Stories about the lantern. I heard this one from my cousin May, who grew up in Beitou. She swore it happened to her friend in 2018, though nobody talks about it now. The playground isn't much to look at. A cracked concrete court, a climbing frame rusted from monsoon rains, and a single swing set with peeling yellow paint. By day, it's just another spot for kids to kick around a soccer ball or eat shaved ice from the nearby 7-Eleven. But at night, the streetlights barely reach it, and the shadows pool like ink. That's when the lantern appears. The story starts with Wei, a high school kid who lived in one of the apartments overlooking the playground. He was 16, the kind of guy who'd stay out late playing mobile games on his phone, ignoring his mom's texts to come home. One night, around 11 p.m., he was coding through the playground after a long session at a PC bang. The air smelled of damp moss and the faint sulfur from Beitou's hot springs. His phone was at 5%, so he was moving fast, his sneakers scuffing the concrete. That's when he saw it, a paper lantern, the kind you'd see at a temple festival, glowing red and swaying gently on the swing set. It wasn't hung on a chain or tied to anything. It just floated there, bobbing like it was caught in a breeze. Wei stopped, his breath catching. The playground was empty, the swing still. No wind, no sound, just the faint hum of a distant scooter. He blinked, thinking it was a trick of the light, but the lantern was real, its glow casting long shadows across the court. Wei wasn't superstitious, but he knew the stories. In Taiwan, red lanterns aren't just decorations. They can mean spirits, especially at night. His grandma used to warn him about gi, ghosts that linger where they shouldn't. He laughed it off back then, but standing there, his skin prickled. He pulled out his phone to take a picture, but the screen went black, battery dead. The lantern swayed faster, like it knew he was watching. Then he heard it, a soft hum, like a child singing, coming from the climbing frame. The words were in Taiwanese, too faint to make out, but the melody was wrong, off-key and looping. Wei's stomach twisted. He called out, "Who's there?" His voice echoed, too loud in the quiet. No answer, just the hum, growing louder, closer. He backed away, his eyes locked on the lantern. It stopped swaying, hanging perfectly still, its light pulsing like a heartbeat. He turned to run, but something tugged at his backpack, sharp and cold, like fingers. He yelped, stumbling forward, and sprinted toward the street. The humming followed, weaving through the alley, even as he ducked, past a temple and into the glow of a family mart. He didn't stop until he was home, locking the door behind him. His mom found him panting, pale, refusing to explain. The next day, Wei went back in daylight, dragging Mei along. The lantern was gone, the swing set empty, but there was something else. Under the swing, etched into the concrete, was a circle with jagged lines inside, like a child's drawing of a face. Mei said it wasn't there before. Wei didn't say anything, but he stopped going to the playground. A week later, he started waking up with scratches on his arms, thin and red, like someone had dragged their nails across his skin. He moved to Kaohsiung not long after, and nobody's heard from him since. The playground's still there, though the city's talking about renovating it. Kids say the lantern shows up some nights, always on the swing, always humming. An old man who sells oden nearby says it's a hungry ghost, a child who died here many years ago, when Beitou was just rice fields and small villages. He says it wants company, and if you see the lantern, you don't look away. You keep walking, eyes down, until you're out of the playground. I drove by Beitou last month just to see. It was daytime, so the playground looked normal, but the swing was moving, just a little, even though the air was still. I didn't stick around. Some things you don't tempt. If you're in Taipei, maybe check out Beitou. If you see a red lantern glowing where it shouldn't be, don't stop, don't look, just keep walking. She's still humming.